Welcome and welcome back. Okay, it's your girl Alex at Defined by Alex, where we're defining our lives and building our dreams. So don't mind this in the back, y'all. This is just my custom backdrop. So the back of it is just plain white, so that's why that's there. But it is kind of helping with the lighting though, so cool. And then the sun is out today, y'all. This is a great day. I hope you guys are doing well and staying safe and enjoying your summer. As y'all saw, I was making some iced coffee because I need it today. Got a lot of filming I'm doing today, but that's neither here nor there, okay? That's my job. However, I wanted to show you guys some cute stuff. I actually have on one of the items here. I'm gonna show you what this brand sent me, okay? All right, y'all, so I am actually wearing something very new. I'm actually branching out into like the athleisure type of lifestyle, you know, where comfort meets cute, luxury athleisure at that. You know, I really want to have high quality pieces. And so I was sent this item along with this item. I'm going to pop up here on the screen, either this side or that side for you guys, from this brand called Athleisure. Now, when it comes to dresses, being tall, I'm 5'10", so it's always kind of like questionable when it comes to length and comfort, making sure that the dress ain't too, you know, too high, all that stuff. So it's a challenge. However, for this brand, I really like how they just got it right. So I have on kind of like this strappy dress, and it has built-in shorts, and the shorts come with pockets on the sides as well, and I really like it. So I just highly recommend that you guys check them out. I'm gonna wear this all day. I'm super excited because this is very comfortable. It's breathable. It's hot outside, so this came in right in time, you guys. So thank you to Athleisure for sending me these products. I definitely do enjoy them. If you guys want to cop your own, I'm going to leave my code here for you, which is Alex21. Grab your 20% off, girl. Enjoy shopping, you know, have a good time, and of course rock you some really dope athleisure dresses. Very comfortable, all that good stuff. So I just wanted to highlight this brand because I love when brands send me stuff that I actually genuinely enjoy, and I'm just gonna wear them and also share it with y'all so you guys can copy some too. Okay, cool. Okay, so are y'all ready to learn how to make your own DIY custom packaging stickers using your Silhouette Cameo? Are y'all ready? I don't think y'all ready for that, okay? And if you're not ready, then I hope you enjoy watching, because I'm about to show y'all how you can create your own DIY packaging stickers, you know, just to really personalize your brand. And I'm really happy that this video came up for me because in my last video, if you guys saw, I have started branching out, and I have on my rich black girl earrings. And so for the packaging, I wanted to come up with something that was just like a really cute little stamp of like, hey girl, hey rich black girl, all that good stuff. So let me show y'all what I have made so far. So here's what I made, you guys, and honestly this is going to be super simple to create, so I'm going to show you here in just a second. But this is just the 4x6 padded envelope that my earrings are going to go in, and then the shipping label is going to go here on this side, and then when they get it they can turn it over and it's just, oh, rich black girl, you know, just super cute. I just created this in my Silhouette studio using an offset, sticker paper, registration marks, and that's it, y'all. Okay, and so here's my setup. If you guys are not new here, then you already know what it looked like. Okay, again, shout out to Heat Transfer Warehouse for gifting me with this heat press. I love it. Love it, love it so much. Talk about an upgrade. Thank you guys so much for sending me this. I love it to pieces. I went ahead the other night, you guys. Now I already got myself set up, so I have a ton of stickers here, but I'm going to show you how to do it on your own. Okay, so this is what I made. As you guys see, the registration marks Y'all, they came out great every single time. I mean, that's just a little piece of paper on there, but yeah, this is what they look like. And that is it, you guys. So let me go ahead and hop over to my computer and get this started so I can show you how to create something from scratch. And then I'm going to send it to my printer and my Cameo. And then before you know it, it's going to be done. I am in my Silhouette studio and I'm about to show you how to create just some type of, packaging sticker. Now you can design this whichever way you like to. I just want to show you guys how to, and then of course you figure it out, along the way, okay? So let me go ahead and show you what I'm about to recreate. Okay, so I already have it saved. As you guys saw, I had a bunch of copies that I made beforehand. And so I pretty much just went ahead and typed out Rich Black Girl. It is sideways, so you might have to turn your head to see. But we're going to just recreate this here in just a second. And then I just made 4 of them because in my mind, I know I can't make too many just due to the registration marks and just like the grids and the borders of when I add them. So that way, the design won't get messed up. So one thing about it is that I knew I couldn't make a lot, to fit on the sheet. So thankfully 4 seemed like to be, the magic number for me. And I just went ahead and went with that. Okay. So let me go ahead and show you how to go ahead and get this started. Okay. So I'm going to start with a blank canvas. Now, if you are, wanting to mimic what I'm doing, I highly suggest to go ahead and change your page dimensions. So over here on your right hand side where it has page set up, you're going to want to make this match the size of the sticker paper, which is just like copy paper. So it's 8 by 5 in your width, which is what you see here. And then I have the height of 11, which is down here. Okay. So you don't want to do 12 by 12 because realistically, sticker paper isn't 12 by 12. All right. So what I did, I just went ahead and started typing out Rich Black Girl. And I'm going to go over to my left hand side for my text. And I'm just going to type out with all caps, Rich. Oh, that's not all caps. It'll change here in a second when I change my font. Rich Black Girl. Boom. Okay, so this is how I got started. So very simple. I just went over to the left-hand side and I just chose my text and started typing. And then knowing that I did not want this basic looking font, I went ahead and went over to my right-hand side to my text style, which is where you can find your fonts, okay? And I went ahead to just play around with it. Now I know what I'm going to use, so I'm just going to go ahead and scroll down here and choose the Wishingly font because that's what I did, okay? Now I'm going to make this bigger so you guys can see it in detail, but I am going to shrink it again. But just so you can see how it just adds, just a little more something. It's just not basic. I wanted it to come off cute. And so that was just my whole point. So that's the font that I use. Now, if you guys are new here and you're trying to figure out how I've gotten fonts inside of the Silhouette Studio, I do have a video on that for you. I'll go ahead and leave that card in this part here of the video or in the description box below. You guys can definitely download fonts in your Silhouette Studio, okay? So, yeah, so that's what I did. Now, I'm going to minimize this because again, I know that I'm going to have to change the size. Okay, that looks cool. Now, the next thing I'm going to do, and I'm going to go back and forth just to, just see my work. I'm going to create this offset, okay? And that's super easy to do as well. So let me show you how I did that. So whenever you type anything in Silhouette Studio and you want to create like this offset or this pretty much the shading for your text, then what you're going to have to do is come over here to your right hand side again, and you're going to find the offset panel, which is this star. Now what I did, I just clicked the star and I'm just going to select offset. And what that's going to do is, if you guys can see, let me go ahead and zoom in. It creates like this border, and that's exactly what I want. That's perfect. And so now that looks good. Okay, now I am going to tweak a little bit because I noticed that I have a few little divots here that I don't want. And so what I'm going to do is zoom in closer so you guys can see it a little bit better. Now you can click off of this if you want, but you don't have to. But what I'm about to show you guys is how you can delete what's called these little points. Now, the reason why you want to delete that is because if you don't want this cut, then you have to let the Cameo know. So I'm going to go ahead and double click on this little, I guess a triangle shape here, because I don't want that to be cut. So I'm going to click on that and you're going to see some points pop up. There we go. It took a little bit. Okay. And as you guys can see how it kind of isolates the offset shape. Now, let's just say if I didn't want this, this is the C. If I didn't want the C to have an opening in it, I can take that off as well, which I think I did. So let me go ahead and do that too. Okay, as you guys can see that. So all I'm doing is double clicking and I'm just deleting the points. I'm just pressing delete to get rid of those points. Now I'm going to go over here to the A and do the same thing. I'm going to click on that. You guys see this red bar right here? That just shows you that your points are connected and you can delete them. So all I have to do is just press delete and just really keep it moving. So this is great. I like what I see. So now just to click off of the points part here, the points editing, I'm going to go ahead to my left-hand side and just click my arrow and boom, go back to square one. Okay, perfect. Now, what I decided to do in my original design, you guys, was pretty much like, again, like I said, just make it cute. So I'm just going to fill in the offset pink. And so I just clicked the actual text. And then this, I'm just going to make it pink. I thought that would just, serve its purpose or whatever. And then now I'm going to make this text white. And you guys are going to see it kind of like disappears just because the background is white, but no worries because you have it right here. Okay. And so, boom, that is it, you guys. So that is exactly how I designed my first round of my stickers and things like that. And I'm trying to see if I can expand it, but it's okay. I'm going to just leave it be. Okay. Now, what you're going to want to do from here is you're going to want to group it because this is still these are still two separate pieces, but just to have them as one, then I suggest you group it so that way the Cameo only cuts the offset shape, okay? You're going to make sure it doesn't cut the letters as well because ideally this is going to be one. So what I'm going to do is just drag this back up. My laptop is a little slow, so I'm sorry for any delays. And I'm just going to group it. I'm going to right click. I'm going to go down to group. And now this is one whole piece, okay? Boom. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on. I'm going to minimize this so I can show you guys what I'm going to do next. Okay, so now I'm just going to take the cursor, the green little cursor, and change it to a 90-degree angle. Now this is too big and I can tell, so what I'm going to do is minimize it. Make sure that's not crooked, but just minimize it to where it's going to fit. Because like I said, you're going to notice here in a second why I have to make them smaller to fit on the page because when I put the registration marks on, I want to make sure that the registration marks aren't covered and the design is showing up the way that it needs to, okay? All right, so I think that's good. I'm just gonna do 2 for the purpose of this video, but in my first design, I did do 4 and I made them a little bit smaller. So I'm just gonna do 2. So I'm just gonna hit Command C and then Command V for copy and pasting. And I'm gonna put them right next to each other. Okay, I think that's good. Now from here, if you just need a few, if you don't need to make them too big, you can definitely make them smaller. That's all up to your discretion, y'all. So, okay, I like that. That's perfect. And now I'm just going to move them down here to the middle because I know just from using registration marks where the grid lines are going to show up. And so that's why, I wanted to let you guys know you don't want to put them all the way up here or all the way down there or all the way to the right, pretty much any of the borders, okay? You want to make sure that they're in the center and far away from the registration grid marks as possible. So this is basically it. This is all I did. I just typed out my text. I created an offset shape, which is the pink, okay? And then I just grouped it, you guys. Now you can make it, of course, any color you want, any font you want, all that good stuff. But the concept I wanted to just share with you guys as to how to make it. And so boom, that's just what I did, okay? So now I'm gonna go ahead and start the registration process. So to do that, I'm gonna go to my page setup panel, and I'm gonna go to my third icon here, which is gonna be registration marks. I'm gonna select on, and as you guys can see, I am nowhere near the border, which is great. You wanna make sure that your designs do not touch any of what you see here that just popped up once I selected registration marks to be turned on. Now from here, a little trick to always making sure your registration marks are gonna always read in your silhouette cameo is pressing restore defaults. Now, for no rhyme or reason, you guys, I don't know why this always works, but in my discovery of mastering my registration marks, I've noticed that every time I click restore defaults, it just gets it right every time. Okay, I don't have any issues. So if you're following along with me, I suggest that you do the same thing and select restore defaults. Okay, boom. So that's it. I'm going to go ahead and send this to the printer. So what you do now, after you've added your registration marks and selected restore defaults, you can go ahead and select Command P or Control P if you have a Windows. That's going to jump to your printer screen. Okay. And so now once this loads, you guys see my registration marks are where they need to be. Here's my design. Everything looks good. Okay, now let me go ahead and press print and show you guys, if you are on a Mac, what to do for your print settings. Okay, now as far as the paper type, this is one thing I wanted to point out. You want to make sure that you match your paper type according to the type of sticker paper. I am using a matte based sticker sheet. It's not glossy. So therefore my paper type, I want to do specialty matte, specialty paper matte, okay? Pretty, you know, self-explanatory. And then if I were to have glossy, I would do glossy. But you don't want to do plain, you don't want to do photo and all that stuff. So just as an indicator of what paper type you should use, I suggest you do the specialty paper matte, okay? Mine's already set. And then as far as my quality, I have it, you know, the best of the best, so it could just come out looking great every time. All right, so I'm now going to jump off of my computer and show you guys how it's going to print and cut, and then we're going to have a nice cute sticker. All right, guys, so I wanted to show you what it looks like in the send panel, so you guys see how the registration marks are there. You see the design, and you see how the silhouette is picking up how it's going to cut on the outside, and that's exactly what you want, okay? And then just for the actual like cut settings, now I've already made this paper like a custom cut settings, but just to show you guys for this specific type of paper that I'm using, I figured out that as far as good cut settings, so where, you know, it cuts great and no issues or any resistance, I did a blade depth of 5, a force of 5, pass of 1, and then the speed 7. Okay, so if you're curious as to what settings I'm using, here they are, and then I just named it so I know that every time I use this paper, it's gonna just be great every single time. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut this with the registration marks, and then we're gonna have some stickers. All right, y'all, so here is what they are looking like, okay? I think they turned out great, just the way that they need to. Here are the registration marks right there, okay? So you guys can see everything is looking good. If you guys are curious as to what brand this is, it's pronounced, I guess, Bedkey, the Bedkey premium labels, and this is very matte. So that's why I pointed that out. As far as your paper type, when you're about to print it, just make sure everything matches so you just get, you know, the best quality and the best use out of this paper, okay? So let's go ahead and load this into the Cameo, and y'all, we're gonna have us some stickers. Ooh. All right, y'all, so here's the paper. Here's my cutting mat. Sorry, it's a little crusty. I haven't replaced it. But all you need to make sure that you do is you gotta make sure that you align your paper the way that it needs to be aligned, okay? It cannot be crooked. You guys see that? It should not be like this, okay? You don't face it this way. You align it vertically, just as how paper is supposed to lay flat anyway, okay? So what I'm doing now, I'm just lining up my corners. And if you guys don't know this, so I'm just gonna press it on the outsides because you don't want to smudge. You don't want to smudge your marks, okay? You don't want that to happen. So what I'm doing is I'm just pretty much pressing it down on the outsides. And I can press the middle because that's not gonna affect anything. Just to make sure that when I send it through the Cameo, it doesn't shift. And I've had that happen before, so I know that in order for me to prevent that, I need to just press it down, just make sure it's on the paper, okay? Just a few little presses. Okay, so now you guys can see, this is how it's supposed to look, okay? And I'm gonna feed it into the Cameo. Okay, so now you guys can see how it's, you know, laid. It looks great. This is how it should look. One thing I also wanted to point out to y'all is that your Cameo comes with adjustable, I forgot what these are called, you guys, my bad, but they just come with adjustable, I guess, sliders. So for an example, the reason why this is slid all the way kind of like in the center is because this is where my paper stops. Now this is going to be a good thing to point out because you want to make sure that this is stuck in place, okay? So I'm not going to move this at all, and I adjusted it just from over here to over to in the center like I'm showing you guys now, because when I lock it like that, this not going nowhere. And then when I send it through here in just a second, you're gonna see how it was important for me to do that, because if I were to have this slider over here, this piece of paper is gonna be going all over the place, okay? And you don't want that because it's gonna mess up your cut. So just another tip I wanted to let you guys know, just adjust your slider according to your paper dimensions, okay? Now if this was shorter, I would bring it in even more. So if you guys see what I'm talking about, you just want to make sure that this is always set in place according to your paper dimensions, so your paper or whatever you're cutting won't slide or adjust as it's cutting and, you know, just mess up your design. All right, so let's go ahead and send this through. I'm going to grab my phone, and just because I'm lazy, I don't want to get my ring light, I'm going to turn on my flashlight and point it towards the sensor, so that way, you know, the sensor can pick up the registration marks. Okay, now I'm doing this one-handed, guys, so just don't mind me. I'm going to go ahead and send this through here. Let me put my phone down and let's send this through. So this is syncing. Sometimes when my computer falls asleep, it has to reconnect, and that's kind of annoying, but it's all good. So I like that. Green means go. If you guys can see, it is ready. I got everything set up. Now, let me grab my phone again and just focus the light. Like I said, it's my flashlight. Focus that on the sensor, so it's gonna pick up this registration mark, and then we should be good to go. Hit send. Send as is. All right, y'all, so I just went ahead and just took that off here. I'm just going to peel off this sticker paper. Throw that raggedy cutting mat. You guys, I need to do better. Don't be like me. Upgrade your cutting mat, because this can really like wear out fast. So anyway, so here are the stickers. Now, to the naked eye, you cannot tell that this is anything. However, if you touch it, you can tell that this is a sticker. So I already have just like a blank poly mailer, you know, just to show y'all what it's about to look like. And I'm just going to use my finger, but if you want to be more careful, then you could just use like a little scalpel too, or whatever these are called, a little scraper, you know, if you wanted to just be extra careful. But because it's a sticker, you can just peel it on off. So you guys see how that's lifting? This is what you want. Okay, so I'm just doing it like so, like that, in Tabitha Brown's voice. Look at that, like butter. Ooh, that's great. Okay. So this is what we got, y'all. Okay. So now you can see how you could just really turn your text into a sticker. All you need is, of course, your idea, your design. Make it in your Silhouette Studio. You know, get your sticker paper and call it a day, you guys. And this is a really good, inexpensive way to add just personalized branding to your packages. So I'm just gonna slide, you know, put this on here. And voila, it's great. Very quick and simple, you know, doesn't require a lot of manpower. Save yourself some money, especially as a new business owner. And you know, you can really achieve cute branding packaging, okay? So that's it, y'all. Okay, y'all, so that concludes today's video on how you, yes, you, my friend, can create your own DIY, you know, packaging sticker or just a sticker in general, you know, for your business, okay? So if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you leave me a thumbs up, drop a comment, okay? Let me know what you think of this video, y'all. And as always, don't forget to drink your water, mind your business, and always choose yourself first, and I'll be back in my next video. Peace out, y'all.